Metal! It comes from hell! Hello, and welcome to Retrospective Rants. This here's gonna be a bullet point rant on metal music. Be it power metal, heavy metal, operatic metal, or that weird techno metal that the anime and Warhammer 40k like to do. I like metal. And I'm gonna help you to love metal music as well. Now, the first reason why you ought to love metal music is simple. Most other contemporary music is shallow crap. Seriously. Pop and rock today is pretty much all about how horny the singer is, or how they need to scream about someone who hurt them or called them fat. Rap music is kind of just the same, but it's not as censored, and it's about it. Honestly, I don't think this is bad because it corrupts the minds of children. No, the hell with the children. If parents can't be bothered to watch their own children and keep them from listening to bad music, I don't think I should be bothered either, and certainly my tax dollars shouldn't go to the government legislating policy to censor things, quote-unquote, for the children. Okay, that's a different thing. Anyway, what was I? Oh, yes. It's not because I don't think that shallow pop, rock, and rap music is bad because of moral reasons, even though maybe there's some of that too, but because I think it's boring and repetitive. Mainstream music doesn't offer anything of substance, and really all of the indie pop and rock artists kind of have a fixed life expectancy because then they're gonna get popular at some point and the corporatocracy's gonna eat them and then spit them out as something unrecognizable and creepy. But metal is mostly different. In my humble opinion, metal has taken the place of ye olde bards and classic poets as the the metal. It is the metal. Metal is the metal. No. It's taken the place as the medium. Why can't I read my own notes? This is very embarrassing. I'd be way more embarrassed if I wasn't so tired, but here we go. I was gonna say that metal is the genre/medium it's taken the place of ye olde bards and classic poets, and it's the way that epic stories can be recounted through song and poetics. And it was going to be really epic, but now I'm kind of just tired and saying it verbatim. Not even verbatim, it's a bullet point. I'm just adding stuff. So sleepy. Why am I sleepy? Because I don't have enough metal in my life. Anyway, bands. Well, how would I explain that they're like classic bards? Well, very simple. It's what they do. Bands like Sabaton recount historical tales, battles, and individuals or different warrior organizations, and they sing of their deeds and fantastic facts, but through metal power ballads. And then you got comedy bands like Glory Hammer, where they make up parody songs, but they still sing them as these epic ballads, and it's really funny, but it's really hype too. And then you got stuff like Beast in Black, where they will pick a genre. Like it could be fantasy, or it could be sci-fi, or even they do a lot of Berserk inspired songs. And it will be epic ballads, right out of the myths, like the old myths, like Beowulf, but in modern metal, and it's awesome. Let's see, a third reason to love metal. You're going through a depressing day, which can be a lot of times, because life can be a grind. You got your day job, or maybe you just gotta clean. You have to mop the floor, and you have to vacuum for the third time that week because the floor never stays clean, and neither do the countertops. Even though you don't use that countertop, it's just dust and food. You don't even need to eat on that countertop, and somehow food will still end up on it, so you gotta dust it off, spray it again, and wipe it. It's just Anyway, metal will bring the spice and the speed to your life because it's often very fast and emotional music. And work is work. You gotta finish it. Even if it's grindy work, you need the energy to do it. And metal music will help give you that energy boost to finish that grind. Finish that grind. When your own spirit is weak and you require punishing beats to kick it into gear, it will help you. And you'll feel strong. And you'll find a way to stop adding random parts to a podcast that you only have bullet points for. Also, on that note, I bring another note. Metal music is music with purpose. It's not just repeating the same chorus over and over again, and it's not just a medium or a device that the artists can use to rant about their parents, or again how horny they are and how unfulfilled they are, usually the same thing in the same topic. Metal has something interesting to say. I talked earlier about Sabaton's historical music, and well, that's a lot of interesting historical factoids in song. Let's see, what else have you got? You've also got Beast in Black, because it tells again those not historical, but those heroic stories. I really, 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 really want to use music clips from them, but I can't, because the C word is hanging over me. No, not that C word, the other C word. Copyright. Yeah, copyright's the real C word. I'm clever. No, I'm not. I'm not clever at all. I lack metal. You know who's funnier than me? Is a band called Nano War of Steel. They make a lot of really big comedy type music. My favorite of theirs is Valhallelujah, where it's a Christmas celebration, but it's all Viking and power metal, and this is a big part about IKEA furniture. It's the funniest, it's really funny. And that brings me to my final reason why I really love the metal music. There's art, real art, to metal music. Not in the, oh yes, I see. If you look at it from this way or listen to this singular chord, you can see the inspiration from early 20th. No! Art as in craftsmanship. Metal music is treated as a craft, as an artistic process instead of as just another product. And you can hear that, and you can tell that if you just listen to any of the bands I listed. Maybe that'll change. Maybe it's changing even as I wrote the script. Well, bullet points. Say script as more bullet points. And even as I'm speaking, but for now, every metal band that I listen to, and even if you watch any of their interviews, you can tell that they treat their music as a true artistic process and experience, and that's something that's worth preserving for as long as possible, so you should go listen to these folks. Honestly, metal music is the true metal of the human spirit, as far as music goes, contemporary music goes. And what about classical music? Contemporary music. That's why I add that caveat. That was my alarm for the pork chops. Also cooking. Cooking can be joyful, but it can also be a grind. And metal can help you! So I suggest you give it a listen to some of these bands. What have I got here? Got Beast in Black, yeah. Battle Beast is really good. Sabaton, I of course mentioned those. Release the Archers, that's also a good metal band. Those are all excellent, and if you listen to them, they'll be a gateway to even more metal bands. Does Rammstein count as metal? I think it is, but it's very dark metal. That's very artsy, but it can also artistic, but it can also be kind of grim when you really listen to it. It's German art, of course it's grim. But yeah, these bands are part of the reason why I love metal so much, and they're who I would leave you with at the end of this retrospective rant. Thank you so much for listening, and have a good one.